What's up, guys? Backyard Brothers here, and we finally got around to doing our 300 subscriber Q&A video. We have several good questions here that we're going to answer, so let's get to it.
So, jumping right into the Q&A questions, the first one's coming from Patrick Rossetti. And his first question asks, what age did you first start shooting? Whew, that was way back. It was way back. I think the very first time I remember shooting was I was probably around age 6, and it was shooting little shorty 410. The exact same one that we used in the Daisy Rocket Shot video to shoot the cherry tomato. It was that exact same one, and I remember patterning it to do some turkey hunting, and that's probably my first memory I've had of shooting, so probably age 6 for me. So
it would be the same instance for me, only I was 4, and I was shooting the same 410, and it hurt really bad because I thought if I held the stock off my shoulder about that far, it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, but I was wrong, and it definitely hurt. Definitely hurt.
So, okay, Patrick Rossetti's next question asks, what's your favorite handgun and why? Whew. So, I've already got my answer. Man, there are quite a few out there, though, but before we show any, I just want to go ahead and say that before we started, we double and triple checked to make sure that these were all unloaded. Me, him, and our cameraman all triple checked them, so they are unloaded, and some of them have chamber flags, bolts open. There's no ammo within our vicinity, within reach, so I just wanted to make that clear before we started. As for me, my favorite handgun is probably going to be Walther's PPS. Why? I just really like the ergonomics. When I first picked it up, it just fits so well in my hand. Whenever I shoot it, it recoils. My hands handle the recoil real well. I can handle it real well, and it just feels really, really good in my hands. And for being pretty much a subcompact gun, it's got a real good mag capacity, and I just really like it. It's really good overall. So I really like it.
So for my favorite handgun, it was pretty easy. This is definitely my favorite. I really love the Glock 19. This particular one has a Trijicon red dot sight on it, but I love it because it can be good everyday carry, or it can make a really nice truck gun. And so I just love the versatility of it, and I love the way it feels, and so pretty much everything about it is a thumbs up. So.
So, second question down the line is coming from Eric Anderson, and he said he would like to see more rabbit or squirrel hunting videos. Squirrel and rabbit season's already closed for us where we are, so later in the year, we'll definitely get some of those on the channel for you. I like rabbit hunting especially, and squirrel hunting's really, he likes that too. So, we'll definitely try to work on some of that later in the year. So, thank you, Eric Anderson, for that comment.
All right, so the next question we have is from Mrs. Shandy, whom we happen to know, so that is really cool. Thank you, Mrs. Shandy, for submitting a question. And she mentioned our tagline, stay safe and be home in time for supper. And she asked, what are your favorite meals for supper? So I chose 3, chili dogs, biscuits and gravy, and pizza. Those are definitely my top 3.
Those are good. So my first favorite meal for supper is probably pizza. Whether get
it seems like it is for everybody.
A convenience store, or frozen, whatever. And then tacos. I love tacos. Love tacos. And then it would have to be carnitas. Carnitas are definitely on the top of my list. So yeah, they're really good. So the fourth question comes from Mr. James Letnich or Letnick. Sorry if we accidentally messed that up. But anyway, he asked, which of you is the better marksman? So
maybe this is a key. We need to do some brother battles sometime.
Maybe. Yeah. So we thought about. I mean, how would you word this?
I would say, as far as shooting pistols go, I would probably be the better marksman as far as that goes. Rifles, he's pretty good, and shotguns, we both shoot trap competitively, so we're pretty even matched as far as that goes.
Yeah, okay, that's probably a good way to put it. So, thank you, James, for submitting that question. Thank you.
Alright, so next question on the list comes from Leisha. Hey, Leisha, how's it going? and she asks, what type of work do you do for extra money? So we work part-time at some turkey and chicken houses, and luckily the people we work for are absolutely wonderful. And we are working on starting our own business, thinking about doing some mowing and maybe some fencing stuff. And so currently we are trying to work that out.
So, question number 6 is coming from the missus, and it asks, other than hunting or shooting, what are some of your favorite hobbies or pastimes? So I'll go ahead and let you start this one.
Okay. All right. So first, I would have to say playing music, super relaxing, especially after I get done with a hard day of school. I love riding dirt bikes and chopping wood. Yeah, I'm kind of a lumberjack at heart, so I love that. Love that a lot.
For me, I really love bird watching. I like feeding birds, building bird houses. I really like doing that kind of stuff. I also love gardening. I just like watching plants grow, and especially if it's something like a jalapeno pepper plant or something like that, eating that, making homemade salsa with tomato plants, jalapeno plants, and things like that. Also, homemade pico is very good.
That pico
de gallo is pretty good
too.
And then playing music, playing the piano and stuff. I really like playing the piano too. So that's really fun. Thank you for submitting that question from the missus. Thank you.
All right. So the next question submitted is by Cheryl, and she asks, "What do you think about a judge for home defense?" So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about the Taurus Judge. It's a revolver, and it is chambered in 45 long Colt or 410. And my opinion on this would be, if you're living somewhere that's very close quarters, maybe like a small apartment or something, I think the Taurus Judge would be great, using maybe 410 buckshot, something like that, where you're not getting over penetration or anything like that. So as far as for home defense, that's my opinion.
So my opinion on the Taurus Judge would be, if just to agree with him, if you're going to use it for home defense, I would say use it in, yes, very close quarters. But since it's such a short barrel length, if you're shooting 410, it's not going to hold that pattern very tight, very far. So you're not going to get great patterns with it, probably past 6 or 8 yards. Now, if you were using the 45 long Colt out of it, you would probably get better results at greater distances with the 45 Colt. Also, I think it would be a better truck gun, just like stick in your console or stick in between your seat for a self-defense sort of situation like that. Back on the home defense thing, I think for pistols there are better options, especially capacity-wise, because I think it's got a 5-shot cylinder, maybe a 6-shot cylinder.
Like that. Yep.
So I think maybe you could, if you were going to go with a pistol, you could get a Glock 19 or maybe a Smith & Wesson Shield or a Walther P. Something, there are, I think, a little better options as far as capacity-wise. So that's just my opinion on that as well. I also want to say on the Judge, that would be a positive thing, especially if you were using the 410 the 410s instead of the 45 long Colts, is that if you were living in a small apartment, like you said, you wouldn't have to worry as much about over penetration as you would with if you were using the 45 long Colt in it, or a 9mm or a 45 ACP, something like that. So you wouldn't have to worry about it missing your target or going through your target and passing through a wall and hitting somebody in the room next to you or something like that. So if you were going to use the Judge in small quarters, then if you were using the shotgun, you wouldn't have to worry as much about over penetration as you would if you were using a 9mm or the 45 Colt or whatever. So I definitely think there are positives and negative things about the Judge. So if you're going to, I'll just let you, evaluate that yourself, but that's just personally our. So, but thank you for submitting that question, Cheryl.
Yes, thank you very much.
So, wrapping up the Q&A session with the last question, which was submitted by Seth Call. Good to hear from you, Seth. Whew, a tough question.
Yeah, this was
asks,
a good one, man.
What is your favorite gun? Okay, this is not fair because we're going to have to break this up into guns we currently own and guns we want to own in the future.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to break it up that way, dude, okay? So we're going to do it that way. So, currently, starting with a gun that we own, you guys have seen it in a couple videos. It would have been the recliner video where we shot Ethel, and then the where we tested it, ballistically against the 22 Magnum. Y'all already know what I'm talking about if y'all have been subscribed for a while, but it's going to be the Ruger American chambered in 17 HMR. Why I like it so much, I just like the fact that, one, it's a rimfire, and if y'all don't know much about 17 HMR, it's really fast, especially for a rimfire cartridge. As far as rimfire cartridges go, it's probably the second fastest, right under 17 Winchester Super Magnum. It's right under that as far as velocity, but it's topped off. This one's topped off with a Vortex Diamondback Tactical scope, and it's got the Accu trigger, and I just really like it. It's great for coyote hunting, coons, anything like that, bobcats. I just really like it, and this is a good 200 to 250, and I guarantee you could hit something at 300 with it as long as you got your windage and elevation and stuff like that. We plan to do a video on it later, giving just kind of a review of it and pushing it to its limits, seeing how far we can ring a gong with it. So this is gonna be my favorite gun that we own. So
my favorite gun that I own would definitely have to be this, and y'all have not seen this yet. This is a recent buy of mine. This is my AR. I absolutely love this gun, and y'all will probably be seeing more of this in our videos that are coming. I have a matched billet upper and lower Juggernaut Tactical, and I have a Ballistic Advantage barrel, Daniel Defense stock, Rock River Arms trigger group, and I have it topped off with a Vortex Crossfire 2, which has a V bright reticle, which I absolutely love. And so I can't wait to see how well this shoots and what kind of groups it's going to shoot. And I absolutely love this gun. And one of the best parts about it is USA. Right? Yeah, I know that's cool. Love it. Oh yeah, and it's chambered in 5.56. So I love it. Absolutely wonderful. And I can't wait to shoot it more.
Yeah.
When ammo prices go down.
So, favorite guns that we don't own but would like to own in the near future, hopefully near future. For me, it would, as far as rifles go, it would be Mossberg's MVP Precision chambered in 224 Valkyrie. If I just really like the ballistics of the 224 Valkyrie, just from what I've seen looking at ballistic charts and stuff. If you guys happen to have a 224 Valkyrie, then put a comment down in the comment section below, please. Letting me know if you like the way it performs, if you like the ballistics as well. Maybe you actually have a Mossberg MVP Precision. If you do, just please leave me a comment saying, telling me how it works, how it functions, any pros, cons, the performance, accuracy, anything. Letting me know how it works, 'cause I'd really like to know. That would be my next favorite gun, the next one I would like to own that we don't currently own. As far as pistols go, probably a Springfield Hellcat, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I just like that you get that capacity and that small of a gun.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
that. So anyway, that would be for me.
All right. So for a rifle that I don't have that I want would probably be the Savage 10 BA Stealth in 338 Lapua. I would really love to see how far I could hit something with that. I think that would be super cool to have a gun that could shoot that far. And as far as pistols go, I would probably want the 7.5 FK Bernot. It's chambered in 7.5 FK, and I believe it's a relatively new cartridge, but basically you're getting rifle-like performance in a pistol setup, which is really cool, and I would really like to have one of those sometime. So, great question, Seth.
A great
You definitely
question.
gave us something to think about there. And yeah, thank you for submitting that question.
Thanks, Seth. So guys, thank you for getting us over 300 subscribers where we could do this Q&A session with y'all. I had a great time answering videos with you, bro. Plus, we got to pull out some firearms, so that made the whole day, made it better. We thank each and every one of you subscribers. We don't take you lightly. We really appreciate you and your support. And we'd like to eventually do another Q&A session later down the road, maybe around 500, 1,000, somewhere in there. So we'll plan on doing another one soon.
Yeah.
And just thank you guys so much again. and many more videos to come. Stay safe and be home in time for supper.